Hello, everyone, and welcome to my weekly outlook. Hopefully, everyone's had a great trading week. Let's get right into it. Let's first talk about crude oil. Currently on the daily chart. Um, so, last week I suggested crude oil would go higher. As you can see, I was terribly wrong. Um, well, the idea was right, but I guess crude just wasn't ready to go just as yet. So, let's see what's happened on the weekly first. It's kind of put in a doji year and it's broken the low. Um, this implies it might go lower. Even though I'm long biased for crude oil, I can't really take a trade just based on my bias. I have to really listen to the technical and what the technicals are saying. So this is definitely pointing towards a move lower. Um, I'm not really in any trade right now, but if I had an option, I would be short instead of long. So let's look at what the daily's done. So right on Monday, crude just put in a very bad down day and it broke the 52 level which I was talking about. Um, After that, it materialized and it moved slightly lower towards the 50.5 area, put in a reversal after that, and pretty much stopped and didn't really do anything. So if you see, it's still in a small term downtrend here, and this really needs to break for it to go higher. Talking about the smaller time scales, so you can see it had a head and shoulder here, which broke down. As soon as it broke the neckline, it moved here, and then it's trying to regain its position back, but it's still not able to take out any pivots here. So I would suggest going long only once it breaks a definite pivot. A good sign of a pivot is this area, that is roughly the 54.2 area. Another pivot could be this, but for that it has to move slightly lower. So I would really look at this level to go long. So the 54.2 area is really important for us to realize that this is the area which would materialize into a move higher. For a move lower, as suggested on the weekly, crude could just give some continuation downwards. It's very tricky year, and I'm not really sure what could happen to crude. Since Monday is closed, Tuesday is really important to understand what crude will actually do. So the first day is really going to be important and see to for us to realize where crude is going to head. So I'm really going to watch that very closely. Other than that, I don't really see a trade right now of these particular levels. So again, to just say, go through all of that again. To go long, I would look at the 54.2 area, and to go short, I would probably just wait for it. Maybe take a speculative position once it broke this inside bar, which it put in on Friday. So the low of that is roughly 54.2. So maybe once it breaks that, that would be a good area to go short. And definitely, if it breaks the $50 area, it looks almost certain it could go towards 46 or 47. So let's see how that works out. Now let's talk about gold. So gold is just continued moving higher. It's definitely now a reversal, and it's just shown so much strength here. Um, what we've also seen is it coming off the 1200 area, which is this entire area which had a lot of resistance. So gold pretty much went towards this area, and it's kind of easing off, maybe just a kind of a bullish digestion which is happening here. If you look at the moving averages right here, let me just add that. So it's almost caught up to the moving averages, but when we look at the weekly here, you see that it's still slightly extended, not too bad, but still a good sign of bullish continuation, because the moving averages are just slightly below the base of the candle. What I feel could happen this week is there could be an inside week here, just in the form of a bullish, another bullish digestion, and gold could really move towards this area, which is 1240. I had my longs, and I had an expectation of gold moving towards the 1200 area, which has happened. I'm only going to take fresh positions once I see it break the high of this week, that is around 1205. Before that, I wouldn't really take any position there. Again, going short is very risky right now. Number one, it's counter trend. Number two, I don't really see a setup to go short. So I would say going short would be just a very low probability trade, and you really would want to try to avoid that. Um, Being long is probably the right thing. If you're already long, I think this week would be important in putting new stops to the long, and in case you're looking to take like a new position on this trade, what I expect is an inside bar or a tight week this week, and beyond that we could just take a long above the 1205 area. Um, let's just switch back to the daily and see what it's done this entire week. So it's pretty much just gone higher this entire week. Um, it broke the low of Thursday. On Friday it broke the low of Thursday and it moved lower, but again it closed really strong. So another strong close to the week, another continuation, and the long term downtrend which was present in gold is kind of still intact, but on the shorter term it's pretty much just broken that. Let me just do that again. It would be better to do that on the 5-hour chart, right? The short term, it's broken a long time ago, and the long term is still intact. That would probably happen once it breaks this area, but that's still a long time to go for that. So I'm still bullish on gold, and I'd expect it to move towards the 1240 area before any signs of it retreating from there. All right, let's talk about silver now. Silver hasn't really done too much this week. I'm currently on the weekly chart. It just put in a tight week here. Definitely, it's showing great signs of reversal, but I would only like to go long once it broke the 17.3 area, as I suggested last week. So it put in not really a great candle to close for bullish continuation. But if you look at the daily chart, what you can see is just a choppy week with nothing really significant and nothing really appealing. It kind of sold off from the 17 area on Thursday, and it gave about a 2 to 3% move towards the downside. Again, it held this strong support which is present near the 16.6 or the 16.55 area. So still bullish for silver. I would really like it to go towards 17.3 area before I take my longs. Right now I'm out of this, and again being short might not really be the best idea. The dollar is showing weaknesses. The precious metals are reversing, so it could be a slightly dangerous trade to take. So I'd suggest the best thing to probably do right now in silver would be to stay out and just wait for it to clear the 17.3 area. That would just make our lives so much easier. So not too much out there this week for silver. So that was pretty much it for my weekly outlook.